That's some flex right there. Hold on, look. They dash. Look, they dash. Look. He's so bored, bro. Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, this was requested by a fellow viewer about several times. So I'm gonna get around to it. This is Chara versus Sonic.EXE, Undertale versus Creepypasta, Nebula Theatre. Now coming to this, if this is like a battle, a death battle, who do I think would win? To be honest, I'm not even sure, man. I'm assuming they're talking about like base form Chara or whatever. I don't even know, because Sonic.EXE is like, isn't he like unkillable technically? So I don't know who will win. Usually if I say something will win, sometimes people say I'm usually wrong or something like that. So I'm not even going to debate. I'm not even going to debate in this one. But yeah, without further ado, this is by Nebula Theatre and a few other people. Shout out to those people making this video. But yeah, without further ado, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video with your friends. Sorry, my words are stumbling up. And yeah, let's get into it. Warning, this video contains flashing lights. Okay.
Horror is a fascinating genre. It's meant to elicit negative emotions like fear and anxiety. But it's always comforting to know that none of this stuff is real, right?
But what if it was real? That'd be pretty whack, right?
Hey, that's supposed to be my
This would be a fire. Like, if I'm actually so curious of their interaction and how they would interact with each other. Obviously, people said that Sonic.EXE, what I do know is that people did say that Sonic.EXE with the base form game Sonic's, that he's not comparable to their feats. He can't even beat base form Tails. That's what I was told. So
the two main players of this story are Chara, the first fallen human,
and Sonic.EXE, the god in hedgehog form. I'm Nils.
I'm Nick.
We are your playwrights, and we hope you enjoy this bloody show we are putting on today. Without further ado, let's teach you a little bit about these characters. Welcome, audience, to the Nebula Theatre. Once upon a time, there was a war between humans and monsters.
The humans were victorious, forcing the monsters into a subterranean world called the Underground, and erecting an everlasting barrier around them, forcing them to live in isolation for the rest of their days.
For the monsters, this was a crushing sentence, but under the guidance of the peaceful King Asgore and Queen Toriel, they were able to make the most of their situation.
During this, the king and the queen had their first child, Azrael Dreamer, who was destined to do great things, but he would not be their only heir.
One day, something unexpected would happen. An unhappy child would fall into the underground, a human named Chara.
The king and queen adopted Chara as their own, and Chara and Azrael would soon become best friends, as good as siblings even. But there was something that still left Chara discontent.
Chara came into the underground with a hatred for humanity, especially after hearing about the monster's imprisonment. And once they found out how to destroy the barrier, it was only a matter
wait, so she didn't like humans at all? Okay, that's
of time before they enacted a plan to free the monsters.
Now, Chara's plan was to poison themselves with toxic flowers and then die. Points for creativity. Then they would have their best friend Azrael absorb their human soul, which would grant Azrael immense power, enough to pass through the barrier. There, Azrael with Chara's soul would kill 6 more humans and take their souls.
You see, human souls contain incredible power, and this barrier could only be destroyed by the might of 7 human souls. Chara sacrificed himself to both save monster kind and exact vengeance upon humanity.
But she's bad, right? She's evil, right? Okay.
But they weren't the only one in control, since Azrael made up half of their fusion.
Now, Azrael wasn't fully on board with the whole killing the humans thing. When a crowd of them attacked him out of fear, Azrael didn't fight back. Instead, he abandoned Chara's mission, returned to the underground grievously wounded and empty-handed.
There, Azrael would succumb to his injuries and die, turning into dust while holding Chara's corpse. The king and queen had lost both of their children after one failed plan.
Man, when you really think about it, Azrael's kind of an L-mans. Like, Chara killed themselves for this, and Azrael did nothing, basically making both of their deaths kind of pointless.
I'm not gonna lie, just hearing this, I'm not gonna lie. Is Chara valid for their crash out? I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I think Azrael's kind of weak for that. I'm gonna be honest.
Like, killing 6 humans obviously isn't a great thing. Don't get it twisted, but still. Are you? Are you crying?
No, shut up.
I'm sorry, man. In any case, the underground is now thoroughly shaken. Even after being imprisoned, the humans continue to take from them. To keep hope alive and to get revenge on humanity, Asgore made a drastic decree. All humans who fall underground will be killed, and their souls taken.
As the years went by and more children fell underground, Asgore collected all but one of the souls needed to destroy the barrier and finally escape into the human world, starting the war all over again.
This is where the story of Undertale begins, as you take control of the player character Frisk, the latest fallen human to fall into the underground.
Frisk is mysterious. Not much is known about them from before they fell, but what we do know is that with your help, they are actually a very capable fighter.
Toriel teaches the human the very basics of combat, how to defend themselves, and how to pacify foes without fighting at all. Each monster has a way to pacify it non-lethally. But
yeah, I'm on the passive route. I probably won't do the genocide route, but I am on the passive route, so.
It is still an RPG, so you have the option to do it the old-fashioned way and just kill them all.
Kinda makes you wonder what would happen if you went out of your way to kill literally everyone, doesn't it?
Just full scorched earth. Undertale isn't just a traditional RPG, it's also a bullet hell, which means Frisk specializes in dodging attacks, waiting for openings, and then punishing the opponent with strong blows.
And Frisk's equipment, while limited, does the job just fine.
The human has the torn notebook, burnt pan, empty gun, and the strongest weapon anyone
Trash weapons, by the way. Trash weapons.
one's ever seen, the real knife. It hurts just looking at it.
That's not even mentioning Frisk's best weapon, their cell phone. Look, hear me out. This cell phone can let Frisk fly and let them shoot lasers.
Not to mention the numerous healing items they have to keep themselves in the fight longer.
Monsters in Undertale don't fight conventionally. They attack the soul directly, meaning that these items are not only healing Frisk's body, but also their soul as well.
But, even if their soul is destroyed by an enemy, the human has a broken ability called determination. Just like a video game, this lets Frisk save their progress, and load back into their previous save point. So Frisk journeys through the underground, killing every single being they can get their hands on, increasing their level as they go.
Actually, it's not pronounced level, it's pronounced love. Frisk is increasing their love as they go.
Now, hang on just a second.
Is it love if you're killing everybody? Is it count as love because you're technically killing them? So I don't think it's technically count as love. At that point, I think it's count as levels than love. But I could be wrong. Don't come at me in the comments.
What do you mean their love increases the more they kill people?
So LV is actually short for love, and love is an acronym of levels of violence.
Well, I guess that's the level
Okay, well, he just explained I was completely wrong, and I would like to apologize.
of writing we could expect from award-winning game dev Toby Wait a second. Does EXP stand for anything weird?
Also, is my
Yeah,
mic a
EXP
little
stands for
loud?
execution
Let me know in the
points.
comment
Well,
section. I'm
whatever this love-
messing with my my OBS settings, so I don't know.
Execution point system thing is. It makes the human an absolute terror, being able to kill most other monsters in only a few hits.
The reason why love makes someone stronger is because it represents the emotional distance you put between yourself and the people you're fighting. The more EXP you gain, the more you kill, the easier it is to kill again. Life kinda just loses its gravitas. Like, killing these people doesn't matter at all, almost like they aren't even real. This leads us back to Flowey. Flowey is a reincarnation of Asriel, although he resembles nothing of what he used to be.
Asriel's essence was fused with a flower, and then forcefully injected with determination, turning him into a soulless husk of what he used to be. Flowey, much like the human, did things out of curiosity. Killing everyone, saving everyone, being neutral. Don't that sound familiar?
This drive for curiosity is something Flowey and Frisk had in common. Well, actually, it's more like it's something that Flowey and the player had in common.
Now, it's time to get a little meta. None of the other humans that fell into the underground had enough determination to change the world like Frisk could.
The lines get a little blurry here, but there's a lot of indication that the determination itself doesn't come exclusively from Frisk, but also from the player themselves. Their curiosity, their desire to see what happens. All these timelines that are possible are all due to the player's actions.
Pacifism, genocide, these are all things that only the player can control. And Flowey is the only one that can accurately recall these events. The only one that can call you out on your bullshit.
Or is he?
I remember your genocides, Chara.
After Frisk commits a genocide route and exterminates almost every single monster in the underground, they come face to face with Sans. Throughout the story, Sans has been more of a comedic jokester than anything else, but there's always
Yeah, I was told like, of all the videos that we watched, like, he's like, you know, he's the judge, jury, and executioner. What's creepy about it is I'm pretty sure we reacted to this a while back. It was a video, but Sans watches everything you do. And, like, me, like, realizing that, that's actually kind of creepy that he watches you from, like, afar, but he knows everything that you do. And then, you know, it's super creepy, you know.
Something a bit off with this funny bone man.
He seems pretty unintimidating, but the truth is he's the last defense between the human and everyone else. And turns out, when he isn't avoiding work, he's pretty damn good at his job.
And his job is apparently kicking my ass.
Sans is smart, really smart. Like, really, really, really smart. He understands the world of Undertale more than almost anyone else, and he knows magic that breaks the mechanics of the game, playing like no other monster the player has fought. On top of all that, despite having no way to remember any resets, he can deduce via context clues exactly what you are. Someone determined to win the game. So if you're gonna fight dirty by getting as many do-overs as you want, so will he.
Yeah, this guy never ends his turn, meaning you never get your turn. So you cheat in kind. You manage to attack during Sans' turn. 2 times in a row, in fact. This catches Sans off guard for the first time, ending my last 6 hours of torment.
6 hours this try. With the human's obstacle gone, the only person left to kill is the king.
Yeah, I'm not spending 6 hours fighting this dude, so if I ever do get to the final part of fighting, like, having to... Actually, no, I'm not the genocide route, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about fighting him, so I'm good.
Self. Asgore Dreamer.
And here's where things get really interesting. Because of your actions in this timeline, the king doesn't even recognize you as human anymore, directly asking Frisk what kind of monster they are, leading to Asgore being non-confrontational.
Because of that, Flowey is able to kill Asgore before he even knew what was going on, and Flowey exhibits fear.
Flowey had claimed that he didn't have any emotions anymore, that he did everything out of curiosity, but at the moment of his death, where he knew he couldn't bring himself back to life, he begged, pleaded with Frisk, with the player, with Chara, not to kill him, saying that he never betrayed them after all.
Well, remember when I said Asriel kind of dropped the ball for not killing anyone when him and Chara fused? Well, I guess Chara felt similarly, with no...
That's actually valid. I'm not gonna lie, he messed up the plan.
No monsters left. All that exists is Chara and the human. Chara was in a similar state as Flowey, but instead of having their essence bound to a flower, they had their essence bound to Frisk, gaining more awareness as Frisk's love grew more and more.
Chara will ask the player whether they want to reset the timeline again or erase everything. No matter what the player answers, Chara will destroy every timeline no matter how many exist, and leave the entire universe as an empty void. Chara does this with a single slash, wiping out everything. Not just every normal monster, but everything within the current existing timeline in its entirety. This includes intangible monsters like Nebula, someone Frisk couldn't harm normally. This attack destroyed all of time and space. It even destroyed the files on the player's computer. Chara was able to destroy infinity.
That.
For that to happen, the speed and strength of this attack would be incalculable.
This attack breaks the game, turning it off, and when you open it back up again, and some time passes, Chara will ask the player if they would like to restore the world in exchange for Frisk's soul. Your soul? The line's blurry.
Chara takes the soul for their own, recreating the entire cosmology of Undertale, and now taking control of Frisk's body whenever they wish.
And with that, we reach the end of the tragic tale of Frisk the Fallen Human.
Wow.
We know so little about him, but what we do know is that they
So you get like a bad ending no matter what. Okay.
had a life before and after the events of the game. That their own will is stolen by the player during the story, and they lose their future to Chara afterwards.
After genocide, resetting the timelines, and eventually taking Frisk's soul, not even the player can stop Chara from accomplishing their ultimate goal.
Because in the end, you're not the only one in control.
Damn. So you're saying a cut, just like a slash, basically just destroyed. That's actually huge. I'm not gonna lie, that's a huge feat. Okay.
Outside of our dimension of the next exists a void of nothingness.
That is, until a mass of dark matter started forming, taking on the appearance of a dark cloud with red dots. This blob will be known as X.
After wandering around this void a bit, X came across this dimensional window that let him peer into the planet Earth, learning all kinds of things about humans, our likes, dislikes, cultures, etc. But of everything it witnessed, one thing stood out above the rest.
It was a franchise that we all know and love, Sonic the Hedgehog. X became infatuated with Sonic to an incredible degree, morphing his entire body to appear like Sonic himself, in a process that seems very uncomfortable.
X's eyes started bleeding profusely and it felt incredible pain. But X didn't care. After its transformation, it let out a laugh that echoed throughout the entire void.
X would then shape his void, creating small rooms that resembled areas you would see in the classic Sonic.
Reality powers. X's most famous ability can control reality in any way he likes. He can create matter, destroy it, remake it, change things, create worlds, change shape. He can do it all. The most notable forms of his reality powers is the creation of his world, the control over the game disc. Oh, so everything in the game world. Okay. His illusions, being able to turn a soul into a slave. Wow.
The Hedgehog games, which is where some would say the series peaked, but I digress.
But as powerful as X was, it wasn't able to actually interact with our dimension. It didn't exist in it after all.
X believed that it was the rightful ruler of all human beings, that everyone deserved to be its slaves. The idea that X couldn't have access to them was frankly unacceptable.
So X needed to devise a plan to gain access to the humans it was so interested in, which led to an interesting conclusion. Although X couldn't physically enter that dimension, it could influence the people inside of it. It can cause a person to feel immense anxiety, give them horrible nightmares, and even influence their minds to do its bidding.
X manipulated this genius US government level programmer to create a disc that would allow X temporary access to the human world. X then sent a piece of his dark power crashing down into the disc to complete it. This imbued the disc with his essence, which would give X complete control over the internals of the game itself.
And with all the steps complete, X can now begin its reign on humanity using a disc with only a single executable file in it. Sonic.EXE. Boom! Name drop, baby.
Now, people really like Sonic the Hedgehog, so taking on his image was the best thing for X to do. A person would buy a Sonic game online because they want to feel the nostalgia, find out the game wasn't what it seemed, but continue on, even after all this messed up stuff and crazy shit they see.
This includes two victims of X's control, Tom and Kyle.
Now, Kyle had sent Tom a copy of Sonic.EXE with a note, explaining that he had passed away, and that Tom should destroy the copy of the game so no one else gets hurt.
Tom, for some reason, didn't listen to this warning, popping the game into his computer and playing the...
Like, at that point, why, like... If your friend suddenly passed away, and he tells you, you need to destroy this disc, just that alone should give you the clarification, oh, then something's not right, so I need to get rid of this and just listen to my friend. But okay.
Disc that would seal his fate.
Now, you'd think a person would stop playing after they'd start seeing all the blood and gore throughout the game.
I would.
But thinking that this was just some hacked copy of the original Sonic the Hedgehog, Tom continued out of pure curiosity.
This curiosity would be lethal. Upon completing the game, X would suck out Tom's soul, leaving his body in a vegetative state, and then trapped his soul into X's void dimension, binding Tom's soul to an avatar of a Sonic character to play with until he breaks. Because of X's love of humanity, it saw this method as a way to keep humans alive forever, personally believing that the death of a human is a waste of a life.
But breaking them is not a waste of life. Just to get that clear.
It's a god compared to them, okay? It's like when you're a kid and you break a toy. You just replace it with another one, even if you really love the toy that broke.
Now, I don't know about you, but I never treated my toys like X treats the humans he's capturing. He can manipulate the shape of his own body, he can fly, teleport, create illusions, make fire appear from nowhere, turn the world dark, make statues sentient. He even learns every single detail about you in just a few seconds.
Just take Renee Wirtz, for example. From the interaction of Renee playing the game, X found out her name and her exact location. I'd be willing to bet that if any of us were to play this cursed game, X would be able to find out our deepest, darkest secrets.
I was thinking about playing the Sonic.EXE game, but now I'm kind of thinking not. I'm not gonna
Like
lie.
how I like to cry to romantic love stories, and the fact that Nick is an SCP in a Santa disguise.
It's not a disguise.
Come on, don't even deny it, man. People have been speculating this for months.
What SCP do they even think I am?
People are saying that you're something like SCP-6121, you know, the one that's just a walking mascot costume?
Damn it. No one even cares about those ones.
Alright, let's just get back to the topic.
Alright. Anyway, beyond everything we've talked about, X's most broken ability is the black hole inside of its mouth. If anyone is swallowed by this black hole, their soul will shrink into a singularity and be wiped off the face of the earth. as if they never even existed.
With all of X's powers, it would then have its disc cycle around the world, stealing soul after soul and stuffing them into avatars of Tails, Knuckles, Eggman, etc.
Something I'm confused about is how is the disc circling around in the first place? Do people really keep just buying the same game from dead person to dead person?
For this information, we can actually thank a lovely detective.
I'm not gonna lie, Knuckles looks. Oh shoot, my bad. Sorry about that, chat. Knuckles looks pretty cool like that. I'm not gonna lie, he looks pretty cool.
People really keep just buying the same game from dead person to dead person?
For this information, we can actually thank a lovely detective named Derek Green. Derek was a detective who documented his investigations into the Sonic.EXE murders, who unfortunately lost his soul to the very being he was investigating.
From Derek's diary, we learned a lot. We learned how quickly X was improving in stealing souls, initially mutilating the bodies he stole from, before quickly being able to do without any sign he was there at all. We learned that everyone had their souls removed, also had their PCs and electronics destroyed. We learned that X's overall plan is to merge the human world and his void to gain complete control of all mankind.
Wait, never mind. Because technically, like, so I'm assuming this was like in the oldie times where like you had like, because I highly doubt anybody has a PC that has like a disk drive for it. I know I don't. The only thing that has a disc drive for me is my Xbox Series X, and that's just when I want to watch like Ed and Eddie or like a movie. But like I'm assuming, yeah, damn, they didn't really have a choice. Oh, well, that sucks.
And we also find out all the factions.
Because I highly doubt Sonic.EXE will be able to do anything on like an advanced computer, like Alienware,
with his plans.
X's main following is called the Cult of X, a group of people who see X as the overall ruler of mankind. They copied the main Sonic.EXE game file onto a bunch of discs and had them circulate all over town to create more victims for X. The cult members would then show up to the home of a person whose soul was taken, take the soul back from said person to put it back into circulation, destroy any evidence, and sometimes murder the lifeless body of the person who had their soul stolen.
And that's not the only faction helping X. Carrying out its mission to enslave all humanity is a big ask, which is probably why he also needed help inside of his void as well. These beings are called the Seven Guardians.
The Seven Guardians were created when X mixed its own dark power with human emotions, creating a ruling force within his void, as well as another way to manipulate human emotions to make it easier for X to steal human souls.
This includes beings like Gukiru, who can manipulate someone's rage, Kyofu, who can manipulate someone's fear, and their leader, Yakubo, who manipulate a person's
Oh yeah,
desires.
no, but isn't these guys the with Lord X, right? Not Sonic, because isn't Sonic.EXE? I think he said Lord X, but because I know Sonic.EXE, he doesn't have access to these guys at all. So
created are essential in helping X with his greatest weakness, the time limit it can spend in the human world.
When X steals a soul, he exits the game momentarily, steals someone's soul, and then returns to his void. This only lasts for a short while. If X stays in the real world for too long, he will be ejected back into his void. This destroys his body, reducing it to its dark matter form.
Its dark matter form is much weaker than its X form, but if a soul were to touch its dark matter body, it would be erased from existence, like the black hole we saw earlier.
Now listen up, kids. Dark matter in theory is an invisible substance that isn't affected by light or electromagnetic radiation. It plays a very important role in maintaining gravity throughout the entire universe. Unlike matter, there is no such antimatter
you guys writing this down? Yeah? Okay, good.
equivalent that could destroy it completely. Now that being said, it is still a form of matter, meaning that there is a way to destroy it. It would just have to be something with so much energy it could essentially wipe out the entire universe and leave nothing in its wake.
How do you know this much about dark matter?
Hey, you've been around as long as I have, you pick up a thing or two about particle physics.
Okay, Unc.
Starting to feel really inadequate about my statistics degree. In any case, though, X does have other weaknesses, those being his own mentality.
Yeah, X is a bit impatient. If someone were to play the game in a way that X didn't like, or bait it into getting really mad, it has a tendency to rage quit the game, putting X in a sort of sleep mode as the game systems get reset.
Defeating X is no easy feat, however. It was able to explore this entire void, which is a big 4D space, which means, Nick, help?
Hey, don't worry, I got you. 4D spaces have an infinite set of points, meaning there is no end. If X was able to explore the entire void, it would have to essentially have infinite speeds.
Okay, that makes sense. This is consistent with the Word of God, where Joe Doughboy states that X has limitless abilities and that his power level can't be measured. And here I thought just manipulating its own void was impressive.
X would spend years stealing more and more human souls, eventually learning how to manage its anger and gain even better control of its powers. See, Neil, it's not that hard. Even eldritch abominations beyond our comprehension can do it.
Wait, what is that supposed to
Once he did this, he donned the name Lord X. A bit of a god complex there, if I do say so myself.
Don't get it twisted. X might seem conceited, but compared to all of us small humans, it is God. And no matter how smart you are, X will always win in the end.
So, next time you see a Sonic game appear at your door, beware of its contents. Because before long, your soul could be its next plaything.
Now that we've introduced today's stars, it's time to open the curtains and see how this story unfolds.
I hope you enjoy the show.
Okay. Well, knowing all the feats we got, I don't know. I guess Chara wins? Maybe. Who knows? Let's see. Let me know who you guys got in the comment section.
Hey, I've been searching everywhere. I'm glad I finally found you. I just wanted to ask, would you like to play a game?
Instantly. Like, instantly. They did not settle. Instantly. Okay, well, damn, if it's that easy to, like, just, damn, Sonic.EXE, my dog. He might dog walk her. Hold up. I mean, them. Sorry. Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck. Chad, did you see... No, bro. Fuck no, bro. Hell no. Like, did he just sit there because he was like waiting for her to come, waiting for them to come back?
What an interesting soul you have. Up for round 2.
Yeah, you're getting the dog shit beat out of you, Chara. I'm not gonna lie. Frisk or whatever. They're just dodging that effortlessly. I can't talk today. Damn. Bro, okay, Sonic.EXE might be my new favorite. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Did you see how he was just sitting there waiting? That's how fast he is. Like, look, that was really cool. That's some flex right there. Hold on, look. They dash. Look, they dash. Look. He's so bored, bro.
You're too slow. Maybe next time.
Damn. Oh, they got him. That laugh is so sinister, by the way. I'm so into this. He's flexing on them. Look at him. Oh my gosh. Dude, he's flexing on them. Bro. Dude, at that point, you can have the win.
Finding everyone in this realm was so easy.
And his voice acting is so peak.
Everyone is so slow, fragile, and weak. Don't worry, your soul is next.
Why didn't I react to this sooner? Oh my gosh, okay. He's just not like, dude, they can barely touch him. Yeah, I might be switching sides, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I might be switching sides. And they can just regenerate in the same...
This mine seems to be at its limit. It's no fun anymore, but I can play with you, right, Chara?
Did you just... There's no... Wait, is Chara coming out? He went to the game over screen to fight... He said, this is no fun anymore, but I can play with you, right? How does he know?
Mine seems to be at its limit. It's no
Yo.
fun anymore, but I can play with you, right, Chara?
This guy, he's my new goat. He's my new goat, bro. I'm gonna change my... Bro, he's my new goat. I might be a Sonic.EXE fan. I don't know, chat. How disrespect... Oh my gosh, bro. Oh, they just say his cloud form is much weaker, so he might die here. Oh, wait, no, he has. Okay. Okay, well, Knuckles is out. Okay. Speaking of this, I'll be playing Alchemy Memories later for stream on TikTok. So if you want to play and enjoy, have fun with everybody, join up my TikTok streams. They're pretty lit. One thing I don't get right here, because I'm assuming these are the Guardians. He doesn't have access to these until he's like Lord X, right? I don't think he has access to these guys until like he's legit Lord X. Because isn't Sonic.EXE a younger version of Lord X, right? Y'all have to let me know. Mind you, so new to Sonic.EXEs and stuff like that. So just let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong or not.
Interesting. Do you think this puts you in control? Like some sort of god?
I am God!
Damn, okay, he's kind of getting cooked right now.
This realm, filled with so much death and destruction. Why do you let it persist? Because of some perverted time?
I'm not one of you monsters. I am in control of your life and death. You are nothing but a blind enemy.
There's nothing worse than someone who thinks they are above consequences.
What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Because can't Chara just like do her like really long, really powerful slash and like just like destroy everything, right? Or is she like limited to her like game realm? I could be wrong. Because I know Chara's strong as crap too. Hold on, bro. Let me make sure I'm recording. Okay, yeah. Sometimes I won't be recording and it sucks because I don't have to like, you know, give an explanation.
You are just another enemy. I will erase you like I have. One.
What's going on?
How does it feel knowing that your last chance at life is now fading before your eyes?
I stopped feeling anything a long time ago.
Did he just win?
Lying till your last breath, I see.
Is it over? He killed the player. He just killed the player. Wow. So I guess Sonic.EXE solos Undertale.
And same.
These two are absolute monsters that can destroy and recreate worlds in an instant, both potentially being limitless with how strong and fast they can be at their best. So there are some interesting factors to think about in this fight. We broke it down into a few very important questions.
The first question is, could these two even kill each other?
It may seem impossible at first, seeing as X is composed of dark matter and Chara has their save points, but surprisingly, they both had ways to put the other down for good.
Chara's universe-destroying slash destroyed everything. Every creature, location, time, and space, as well as even the game files of Undertale.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious, because couldn't she just pull that move off and just automatically win?
It's true that dark matter can't be touched by almost any form of energy, but if someone can interact with intangible beings like souls or ghosts, they should be able to harm or kill X in his dark matter form.
And since Chara's attack created a void of nothingness, killing even those intangible beings, that slash should be able to kill X.
Chara can use their determination to come back to life, but X has its black hole. This black hole erases the existence of anyone or anything it touches.
X could easily eat Chara's save points to erase their way of coming back, and has methods to get rid of the source of Chara's determination, such as stealing the soul of both Frisk and the player. This leads to the second question, who is the more skilled fighter? Which this one does have a pretty obvious answer.
Chara is the strongest being in Undertale's universe, but they didn't start that way.
They had to fight their way up the ladder, dying and restarting over and over, getting better after each retry.
X has never fought a being comparable to itself. In fact, when it gets outsmarted by normal humans, it has the tendency to rage quit and crash its own game.
As the fight goes on, Chara would start gaining the edge, while
I gotta give aura points to EXE. He styled the freak out of Chara. Like, he was not like Dude, I'm sorry. Y'all gotta give it to EXE, man. He was styling on Chara.
Would get more and more aggravated.
But X wouldn't make this easy on Chara, especially when we consider our third question, who had better weapons and abilities?
Chara had some neat weapons and could heal their soul with items, but X just plays in a completely different ballpark.
X can teleport around, create illusions, manipulate anything within its void, and manipulate a person's emotions.
As cool as Chara is, all they can really do is slash at X. While X has tons of ways to keep Chara on the back foot and keep its distance.
So Chara is a more skilled fighter, and X has way more abilities, but the last and most important question is, who is better at manipulating souls and how do they affect the real world?
It's possible Chara can potentially steal the player's soul, but the player needs to agree to that for Chara to take it completely. Outside of
Oh, okay, I see what they're
Chara raises
saying.
files in their game, and that's about it.
So
X
like they
can send
can't
parts
just
of his
do it.
essence
They
to the
can't
real
just do
world,
it for like
manipulate humans
whenever they want. They have to have like a mutual understanding.
to
Okay.
do its bidding, give them nightmares, and even leave the game entirely for a brief amount of time to take the soul and stuff it inside of one of its avatars.
Now, even without all that, X can still learn a ton about someone just by having a small interaction with them.
Things like Chara's existence within Frisk, the player's existence, and Undertale's game mechanics are all things X should have information on, meaning that X knows exactly what he needs to do to kill Chara permanently. X would just need to stop playing around with its food first.
This was a fight that showed a lot of soul, but save for a few options, X had just enough to avoid defeat. Chara couldn't help but fall behind.
So as the curtains close and we take a bow, the last person you see standing on the stage is Sonic.EXE.
That was fire. Is that it? That's it. That was fire. If you guys enjoyed this video just as much as I did, make sure you guys give it a like. You know, I'm trying to hit 10K, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video with your friends. I truly did enjoy this. I would like to know more about, you know, Sonic.EXE and stuff like that. I thought this is just amazing. So this might be the new death battle. I don't know. But Sonic.EXE is so cold. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video with friends. Make sure you share, you know, and like the video. Maybe subscribe, you know, or maybe, perhaps, who knows. And I'll see you boys later. Bye.